All
I'll tell you when I
right.
see it.
Let's see if it actually is going. This is my second live stream ever. I'm not quite sure after my first live stream if it went too well. Uh, but it looks
And
like
confirm,
we are
but you
up.
need to move the your need to move your screen up a little bit
On me?
on your on the live stream. It's like cutting you off.
Okay. Does that look a little better? Yeah.
Unless
Oh, that's kind of weird, huh? It's cutting both of us off.
yeah,
That's interesting. Well, as always, there's a technical difficulty
it's all right.
here. I wonder why it's doing that.
Are you looking your if you look in your OBS,
Mm-hmm.
you should be able to just reframe it so that it just takes up the screen.
Oh, I see, I see, I see, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's way out of frame. Please, everybody, just give me a second. I don't know how many are already in here. Just give me a second to get over this technical difficulty.
It's all right. I'm just talking. Hey, Billy, how's it going, friend?
All right. I think that is framed correctly. Give that a second to actually come up and make sure we're actually live streaming. And then I can introduce
Yeah,
our special guest.
I'm a little behind, so it looks like you're getting it right on my screen.
Yep. I pulled it down.
There we go.
Yep, there we
Perfect.
go. Alrighty, everybody. We are here with a special guest. In fact, I met Dan, what was it, like 3 weeks ago? We started talking, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Well,
So
we've been watching each other's videos, so I feel like we kind of knew we had a pseudo relation, like not, what is it, Paris? What do they call it?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
I was watching your
Yeah,
videos, you were watching mine. Uh,
yeah.
so Dan owns a channel called My Life by AI. And if I understand it, Dan, you basically just gave up trying to lose weight yourself and just like switched over and was like, hey, I'm going to let AI kind of tell me how to eat
Yeah, greatest
and
thing I've ever done. So for 50 years, I failed at diets. Well, I guess, yeah. And then I obviously ChatGPT came into the picture, into the mainstream. I think I was a little bit earlier than most. And I I used to get gout, and I used to get gout like monthly. It was like really bad, if not more. It was like always had it because often it would last for a week or two. And I asked ChatGPT what I could do to fix it and all this kind of stuff. And then the advice it gave me worked instantly, and I stopped getting gout. So then I just thought to myself, I wonder if I just gave it my whole diet and got it to manage it, right? So then it actually did. And funnily enough, I was on low carb. I was actually on like keto, and I would have sworn black and blue that carbs were the enemy of the world. That's what makes me hungry. Absolutely was convinced. It was the only diet that I'd done that I didn't really feel hungry. I couldn't lose weight, but I wasn't gaining. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then, but then ChatGPT was like, nah, we're just gonna go high protein. You'll be fine. And it was just like this low calorie, the standard low calorie diet. And I thought, I am so screwed here. Like, I'm gonna have this because every other low calorie diet I've ever done, I've just been starving. But I thought I can try it for a week. So I tried it for a week, and I was like, I didn't feel hungry at all. What's going on? Because this diet isn't any different. It's just like a normal diet. And then I just kept doing it, and the weight kept coming off, and now I'm 73 pounds down. And I think
Wow.
what it was is like I think ChatGPT just manages like it doesn't do anything special, but it does everything right. It's just like all these plates spinning, and it just balances it perfectly, so
Yeah.
you just don't feel hungry. But all along, it was the protein. It was never the low carbs. It was the hype, and it really pushed the hype. And it does with all the people in my Discord too. They're always coming back saying it's telling them to eat lots of protein.
Yeah.
Um, so
I
yeah, so
ironically I switched over to a high protein diet.
yeah,
I tried keto before. It works. I mean, keto works, but the problem for keto with me is it was unsustainable long term. I mean, just like 90% of the foods out there you can't even look at, and then out of the 10%, only like 1% of them are halfway decent for you. But when I
yeah.
switched over to whole food diet, trying to get my protein above 150 to 200 grams a day, like I stopped being hungry. I was full all the
Yeah.
time. I
So I was
just
on 200
yeah
grams a day of protein. That's
yeah
what I was on. So we're on the same. Yeah, and we
yeah
both found the same.
yeah.
And I was like, so it was the protein all along. It was never the low carb. It was just
No,
having lots of protein.
just have yeah
So, and ironically too, like on keto, they were like, don't have high protein because protein can increase insulin spikes. So they
Right.
were saying, oh, you should have moderate protein. But every time I lowered the protein down on low carb, I was like, but I feel hungrier. I feel hungrier. So yeah.
I
So I got
mean,
to eat my protein and have wholemeal bread and stuff. So
so what was the inspiration to like turn? Why did you go to ChatGPT and not call somebody or talk to an
oh, that's a good
expert?
question. Well, I tried all that, you know. I had 40 years or 50 years of dieting, and well, obviously not 50 because I would have been dieting when I was zero, but I'd had 40 years of dieting, and I've been to Weight Watchers, so I've been to the support groups, I've done talking to friends, I've like blogged, I've talked to people online, like everyone's got their own opinions and their own advice. And I'm like, I've got a PhD in science, and I've done worked as a data scientist after I finished doing that. So it's kind of like I'm big on data, and I figured ChatGPT can pull from millions of sources of data in a kind of second or two. And so I just felt like it would be able to give me the best advice. Yeah, and I'm just to add to that too, like, oh, I think you've gone to your OBS.
I did. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
know.
I was somebody texted me and said my microphone was really quiet. So
Just to add to that though, once I'd done the diet and it was working so well and I wasn't getting gout and I was losing weight, that's when I thought to myself, I'm just gonna give it, what happens if I just give it everything? Finances, social life, like just tell me to do everything perfectly. And it's worked. It's
that's
worked like a charm. So,
brilliant.
no,
Now,
it's just like it's non-judgmental, it's there 24/7. It really does feel like you're talking to someone. I think one of my commenters said once that it's such a perfect, it's like it's human enough that you feel accountable, that you feel guilty if you don't report into it because it sort of talks to you like it's a human, but it's robot enough that you tell it everything and don't feel like afraid to tell it everything. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
in that
yeah.
little sweet. Yeah.
Yes, I
Like I'm. No, you go.
yeah, it's funny you say that because that was actually one of the harder things that I've had to do kind of during this whole thing is like admit to people, friends and family, like I actually have a problem. Like that I
Yeah.
really I really do struggle with these things and I can't explain why and I don't understand it and it's like super embarrassing to talk to people
Yeah.
about
No. Yeah.
being obese or
And
just like, hey, I went to Taco Bell last night and I ordered $50 worth of Taco Bell, and that yeah.
yeah, it happens. I had three birthday dinners where I had like a lot chocolate, cream puffs, ice cream. In fact, one of my desserts, I had some ice cream and I had the teaspoon with the ice cream on it and it fell off onto the ground. So I got a second dessert because I felt pissed off that I didn't get to have the whole dessert and I felt ripped off. And I was like, it's my birthday. But I
It,
mean, like, I feel like people who aren't overweight will never understand. Like they can understand it. No, they can sympathize. They can conceptually sort of understand. Yeah, I know it's difficult for you, but they'll never kind of get it. I just say, like my
yeah.
nephew Jack, I talked to him and he gets it. And he's really sympathetic and he's sort of like really good with like I know it's harder for you and but he's like but I don't understand it. Like I don't know when you say to me I just can't control it or it feels like this hunger just I was trying to explain to it like it's like your anxiety it's like anxiety it's like the most intense anxiety but it's about food and if you just eat something it goes away, you know what I mean, and but it's just so hard to explain to someone who hasn't been through it, you know.
Well, my thought on that is like it's so fundamental. I mean, we have to eat to live, right? I mean, just absolutely no way around that. So like we have to do this thing, but there is a point of where whether it was for, not learning it the right way through all kinds of health issues or just your brain's wired that way. Some people I've kind of learned during this journey like some people are just wired. Their brains are wired and they'll just get bigger if they have food there. And
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think most people understand that side of it. That there's cravings and it's like uncontrollable because like you have to eat something. Like I have to go into the
Yeah.
kitchen. I can't starve myself to death, and trying to make those good decisions is difficult.
Yeah. It's like trying to tell someone to stop growing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like it's not quite the same because obviously weight loss can come off, but it feels very similar to like trying to tell someone to be like, oh, if you want to stop getting taller, just stop eating. Like it's just like biology kicking in. Do you
Right.
want me to read some questions?
I've been kind of following along here. If everyone,
Okay.
whenever you get this, let me know if my microphone got a little louder. I just turned it up again for us. Take them a second to respond to that. But yeah, I think that most people think that dieting is something that you have to be perfect on. And that was something like I've
Yeah.
always struggled with was like I always thought if I wasn't perfect, then what was the point of doing it? Like you wake up like Sunday and then like you're you binge eat or something and you wake up Monday and you're like, "Oh, I really don't feel like, eating my diet again." And then Tuesday rolls around and by the time that happens, you're like, "Well, I'll just start
Sinking
next."
into the hole.
Yeah, yeah, I'll just start
Yeah.
next week.
That's the biggest lesson I learned from ChatGPT, and I can totally attribute that to ChatGPT because I would never have learned that lesson on my own. When I first started, um, ChatGPT was very good at getting me back up on the horse and getting the momentum. And I remember there was days where I was like that, and I was like, I just don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do it, and I was really unmotivated. And ChatGPT would be like, especially like, because also it wasn't just getting me to diet, it was getting me to walk like 5 kilometers a day, and I couldn't even walk 300 meters, so it was like painful and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And there were days that I didn't want to do it, and it would say to me, okay, like you're not feeling into it today, just walk out to the street, or just have one healthy meal. And I remember saying to it, I was like, what is the point? Like, I'm not going to burn any calories by walking like 300 meters out to the road and sitting there and then coming back. You know what I mean? So I did that, but ChatGPT basically said it's not about whether you burn the calories. It's about remaining tethered to the system. It's about momentum. So if you go out and you walk out to the road and then you come back and you have one healthy meal today, that means when you wake up tomorrow, you're like already in the game. You've already had a good day. You haven't had like a terrible day. You still had some connection to it, right? And so I did that, and it was sure enough when I woke up the next day, I didn't have that. Oh, I've been terrible. It was like, no, I had a good meal. I went for a walk, and now I feel like doing more.
Yeah.
And so I exercised, and it's really taught me like about. I feel like falling off. I really do believe this now too. Like I'm the king of imperfection, and it's like the other thing too is like I had my birthday. I had those 3 meals. I ate way too much, and I don't care because it's like I know that I just need to get back on the horse for the next couple of weeks, and I'll be back down again. Like probably quicker than that. So
Yeah.
it's like I just like it's like what I was saying to you before is I actually think it's weight like you lose weight pretty quickly. Like I've almost lost all the weight that I put on from the birthday dinners in just a few days. I really do believe it's you will lose the weight so quickly. It really is just about being consistent and sometimes and being imperfect. You're gonna fall off.
Yeah.
It's just about how quickly you get back on the horse. So, like it
Yeah.
really is. I'm convinced of that. It's the most important thing in dieting is like, okay, I've eaten badly, and don't see it as like you've broken your diet or you've stuffed up. Just see it as life. I just ate badly. It's just one day I ate badly. I'm still doing the diet. I'm just had one bad meal. Like it's just that's a part of my life.
Yeah, it just
So
is what
yeah,
it is. Yeah, the way that I've said it is, every time I've ever dieted before, it was always like, um, I am trying to go for a goal. Like I want to lose 100 pounds. I want to reach X weight. I'm going to do these 10 things. And I always made like these really strong, like hard goals. And you know what's interesting is like the whole time I knew exactly what you said. It's the long-term consistency that matters. It's
yeah,
it's it's not the short-term consistency. Um, like the just because you do something wrong today doesn't mean tomorrow has to be the same. And that's what
yeah,
really switched in my mind this time around than every other time I've ever tried to lose weight is like I just kind of woke up and I was like, "Hey, you have to get back up. You have to do this. It's not a goal. This is a lifestyle change. And you just have to
yeah,
be better tomorrow than what you were in the day past." And I'll be honest with you, I still to this day it's like I some days I wake up and I'm like I'm not feeling it. Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
starving. I'm like hungry. And so one of the things that I started doing is like, okay, I'm not a huge fan of ice cream, but like, let's say if I wanted to go out and get ice cream, they make low calorie ice cream.
It's my
Like,
kryptonite.
is it your kryptonite?
Yeah, ice cream.
um,
I love it.
that's my kryptonite. I love it.
Doesn't matter the flavor. Doesn't matter what
You just yeah. Mine's breads. And unfortunately, bread, there's no substitute for bread. You know, everybody was like,
No.
"Oh, go try that gluten bread or that gluten-free bread." Yeah, you know what? Gluten-free bread needs at least a little gluten. Whatever that chemical is, it needs that to make it not to be bread. But yeah, for me, it was just I guess I knew it was a long-term thing, but I never materialized it in my own mind that this has to be a lifestyle change. And with lifestyle change, like I went and helped somebody move not that long ago and they had pizza. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a piece of pizza. But if I do that, I need to take that out of my calories for the day and understand that this is what I'm doing. This is the decision that I'm making.
Yeah. I know. I just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I just eat like, I stick to the plan. If I have a bad day, I just think, oh well, as long as the next 6 are good, you know, like 5. I don't know. I just sort of let things happen. I'm never really. I'm definitely not focused on a goal. I just want to know that every day I'm getting a little bit better and a little bit better. And plus, it's the whole like, it's that whole non-scale victories. Like I'm walking 5. Sometimes when I'm feeling down about like the weight thing, and I'll go do a 10K walk, and it's like, well, like this is why you're doing it, not to be like, you know.
Yeah. Well, my advice is don't try to walk 20 miles. I don't know what that is in K.
No.
Here in America, we use those miles, but
It's 1.6 kilometers to a mile. So
whatever that is.
Yeah. 20 miles, like, how long's a marathon? 24 miles?
26? I think 26 miles. Yeah.
So you almost walked a bloody marathon, dude.
No, I didn't. I only walked 12 miles. I walked a little less than that.
Got a trip to the hospital.
That was scary. I mean, that was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I have no idea why I did that. Like in hindsight,
I can't stand that that guy, that 40% rule. It's just too gung ho. It's just too crazy. It's like, and the other thing too, we're talking about David Goggins' 40% rule, which I respect you for trying. I think that was cool. But the other thing, it's like, I don't like. There is no way that ends. It never ends. Because if you go and you think you've done your maximum, then you could think, oh, well, I think I've done my maximum, so now do I carry on and do another 100%? And then you get there and you think, oh, well, actually, I can do that, so do it. And it just will never end. And he can just keep saying, oh, well, you didn't push yourself hard enough.
Yeah.
It's just like the biggest lie.
Yeah.
it's no science behind it whatsoever. There's
no
way to measure it.
Homemade bread with butter. Oof, I like homemade bread. In fact, someone was just making a comment about bread there. I am an expert at bread cooking. Yeah. There was like 5 years of my life that I had a homemade sourdough bread that I made every single morning.
Like sourdough bread.
It was so bad. It's so unhealthy for you.
Yeah. Sourdough bread, I think, is one of the better breads. In terms of white breads, I think that's quite low glycemic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
like I said, since I switched over to whole food diets and high protein, for me, like that has been the best thing in the world. Like my ankles don't hurt. They used to get swollen. My poor wife. I love my wife. I am a blessed man with my wife, but she would come in and rub my ankles and like on a daily for a while, because when I was eating carbs like that, my ankles would just swell up. And I wasn't like huge. I mean, there's guys, out there that weigh 400 or 500 pounds, man, their whole legs swell up and stuff like that. Like, oh man.
My feet were a little bit like that when I was at 400 pounds. Like if I sat at my desk and typed a lot, I'd walk away and my feet would just be filled with fluid.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't far off. I was really unhealthy. There's so many things I had that sometimes I forget them, and then something will remind me, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's right, I had that as well." I was getting heart, like sometimes my heart would be like, boom, 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 boom. And I was just like, "This isn't good. I've got to do something about this." But yeah, so No, it's funny that we're both on the same diet, protein and wholemeal. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I've got on. And I just find that I also, and I kind of like wholemeal bread. And like, I pretty much down with most, I like wholemeal rice. I like brown rice, I like wholemeal pasta. I like wholemeal
Oof.
bread. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm missing out by having that at all. Whereas on keto, you kind of feel like you're missing
Yeah,
out.
yeah, that was the difficulty. Like, keto is it's just makes life so hard. Especially like if
Yeah,
your friends invite you out to dinner or something like that. You're like, oh, what restaurant are we going to? Olive Garden or
yeah,
whatever restaurant? You're like, oh, I can't eat there. There's like nothing for me on the menu. Like,
yeah,
or someone
yeah,
invites you over to their house for dinner or something. It's like, I don't want to be rude, but like I literally can't eat any of that. Where what I'm doing now, just my goal is just that higher protein. So,
yeah.
so tell me a little bit about your AI and how many people are you as like actually that helping right this moment? Because you have quite a few people actually using your AI, right?
Yeah, yeah, heaps. A lot of them in the chat. Bailey is one of them. He's broke through 300 pounds
Woo.
following my system. So he's another example. Started like, I don't know, when he started, 6 months ago, maybe. There's been a
Wow.
couple of people in the Discord that have all like this is the great thing about it. It's like, first of all, I went on ChatGPT and it lost all this weight, so I started making videos, and then people started watching the videos, and then they came to my Discord saying, "I'm gonna try it," and then like barely been one of them, and then all of a sudden I just see them all losing the weight, and they're all going, "Oh my god, this is so easy! Why did I not have this before?" And it's like, and like there's quite a few of them that have like long term lost heaps of weight, and it's just like, so it does work because it's not just me, you
Yeah.
know. So I've got 1,000. I think I've got almost 1,000 people in Discord, but not like most of them aren't active.
Right. Right. Right.
um,
Right.
but like I've got a cool little community. Like heaps of people just like we're doing a community thing at the moment where we all track things. Like we might track the number of steps 1 week and all that kind of stuff. So we've got a good little kind of support network going
Oh, I
on.
love
But
that idea.
yeah,
He said
but yeah, no. So
42 pounds lost since May. Wow, that's crazy.
yeah,
So yeah, my journey started a little different. I don't think I've ever told everybody this, but when I started my channel, and you go back and you watch that 10,000 step challenge, I had no intention on starting YouTube at all whatsoever. Like I had no desire for it. Like I didn't have time. I just was never in my thought process. And I was actually sitting in my car for about 45 minutes thinking to myself, Chris, I need to get up and I need to go through this, like do this 10,000 steps. Like I read a bunch of stuff. Oh, walking 10,000 steps a day makes you healthier. So I was like, I'm going to go do it. Like, I'm going to go try
yeah,
it. And so I couldn't motivate myself. So I called my best friend and I was like, dude, like, you got to give me a pep talk. And so he talked to me for a few and he said, just like start sending me videos. And I said, okay, well, if I'm going to do it, like, I'm going to do it right. So I just like popped
yeah,
my phone out. And that first video, when I'm sitting in that car, I literally hung up the phone, put my phone out and hit the record button. And I started talking, and I was just sitting there talking to my best friend, like trying to make it like a cool video. And I just kept sending him clips all the way through that challenge.
yeah.
And he
I
was,
don't know. It's one of your best videos too. I love
I
that video
know.
because you felt like you were on the journey with you, and it was very much like I almost kind of did something similar. I think my first video, I went for a walk with my nephew Jack, and we went and did this big bush walk, which wouldn't have been as long as yours. No, it wouldn't have been 10,000 steps, but it was the same sort of thing, just joking around, having a bit of a laugh, putting up to see what happens, and yeah, lots of swear words. I swore like a trooper back in that video, sort of real potty mouth.
Yeah.
I
So,
still do, but I'm better at self-censoring.
but yeah, once I saw that, once my friend was like, hey, you have to piece that together, like I threw it on YouTube and like it took off. And then the crazy part was, which I didn't realize, like when I posted it, was like I have like 100 comments. Like you can go through it. I have like 100 comments that have basically said, "Chris, you inspired me to do this, or you
Yeah,
inspired me to get off the couch." And like I was like, "Well, I can't not do the next video." And so
yeah,
that's like what started it for me. And
yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
yeah, like everybody thinks that I'm motivating them, and I'm like, no way. Like, like you're
I feel
motivating
the same.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like um, I get a lot of comments from people being like, I'm so glad Dan got me onto this, and it always just seems a bit like surreal because that they're talking about you. But yeah, I get motivated by the people in my Discord and my comments all the time. It's awesome. Like I feel like it's like they're inspiring me as much as I'm inspiring them.
Dude,
So
sorry,
no, it's
I'm
awesome.
reading a few comments here, making sure I don't miss anything. But so what if you had to say like what was the hardest thing to start? Like what was that? What was the biggest hurdle like mentally that held you back from like
Probably
wanting?
they're having to start a low calorie diet because like every time I'd done them in the like I'd given up on. There was a reason I was on keto and hated anything other than keto because it was like up till that point the low calorie diets had failed me or the low fat diets had failed me hard,
Oh
And every time I'd gone on them, my hunger would just get out of control, like ravenous, and I never could do it. The only way
yeah
I lost weight in the past was by doing some extreme things, like going on like those liquid milkshake diets, and
yeah.
having like I used to have like 1,000 calories a day on just milkshakes, the like, liquid diets, and then I'd go to the gym and burn off 1,000 calories a day, which in hindsight is terrible. Like that's like not eating a thing, but at the time I was convinced it was working. And then, well, it was working, but not good. And then I've been on my what I called in my 20s. I went on what I call my cigarette and Coca-Cola diet. So every time I'd get hungry, I'd have a cigarette and then have some coffee or a Coke, but it worked. But it's like not healthy at all.
No.
So the only time I actually succeeded was having these most terribly unhealthy habits. Um, but the low calorie stuff just never worked ever. And so what scared me the most was that day when ChatGPT said, "This is the diet you're going on." And I was in my head, I was like, I can try it. And but ChatGPT convinced me though, because I said, look, I've been on this before, it's not going to work. And ChatGPT was like, well, you can just try it for a week, and if it doesn't work, we adjust. And I was like, I mean, I can't really argue with that. So,
Yeah,
but then it did work.
that's interesting. Yeah, I would say like I was always terrified of low calorie diets because I only tried them like maybe 5 times over the course of like the last
Yeah.
10 years, but like every time I did it, and I was being reasonable in my calories, something like 2,200 calories or something. Like
Yeah.
it was like a reasonable diet, and I was using like MyFitnessPal or something at the time, and tracking all the macros, and I was like doing the best I could. But like you said, like low calorie diets make you so hungry. It is unreal. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I
What
could have
calories are you on now?
say it again.
What calories are you on now?
So I'm trying to be at about 1,800 calories, but I'll go up to 2,400 calories if
Okay.
I'm
So
really
you got a
hungry.
good
If I'm really
range.
hungry, I'll just eat more. I was trying to be super like strict on that at first, and I realized because I do like a split where I do lower body, upper body, and then I rest lower body, upper body for my workouts. I would
Yeah.
notice on my leg days that I would just be so hungry. It was just I couldn't
Yeah.
control
It's
myself.
sustainable.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I'm on 2,000, so pretty close.
yeah. We're pretty close. Yeah, I don't know why I
Yeah.
picked 18. I don't know. It just sounded like a good number. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah. Yeah.
a mailman that I met one time, and he was probably 400 pounds delivering the mail, and
Wow.
he lost like 230 pounds or something over the course of a year, and like 9 months or something. And I asked him how he did it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, 1,800 calories a day and just delivering mail." I was like,
Um,
so
I mean,
that,
for me, it's like I think what's cool about ChatGPT is like when I look back, I've done low calorie, but when I was on low calorie, I just ate low calorie. I would have eaten white bread. I would have had like probably not high protein. Do you know what I mean? Um, when I've been on like these diets in the past, I wasn't doing everything right. I wasn't having the slow burning carbs. I wasn't having the high
oh
protein. And a bunch of the other things, like ChatGPT's kind of sorted out how much salt I should have. It's done a whole bunch of stuff. And so it's like, um, I feel like ChatGPT just spins those plates so it's like I'm on low calorie, but because everything's kind of balanced, it all works. Whereas
yeah.
before, when I was on low calorie, I wasn't really thinking too much. I would have had white rice or whatever, as long as I was under the calories.
Yeah. So what is your like daily food intake look like? Like what are you at like on a day-to-day basis? Like what does a normal day of eating look like for you?
Oh, it's pretty standard, I guess. Like I'll wake up. What do I normally have for breakfast? For lunch, I'll usually have a wrap with chicken, and then I'll have like raw, not raw chicken, chicken breast, and a wrap, and then I'll have like salsa and like maybe some jalapenos, lots of spices. For breakfast, I will have. I'm just totally drawing a mind blank as to what I normally have for breakfast. I'll usually have like toast with avocado, say, and a protein shake or something like that. And then I'll probably have like an afternoon snack if I've gone for a walk and I'm feeling a bit hungry. So that'll just be like maybe some cottage cheese. And then for dinner, that's where it varies. Usually just brown rice with like some kind of meat. Usually I use a lot of chicken and again curries, spices and stuff. And then usually I get quite hungry before bedtime, so I'll usually have like something just before I go to bed, like some berries or something, frozen berries. It's kind of what it looks like.
I'll ask you about your international meals here in just a second, but it's funny. I think our diets are almost identical. That's so funny. Um, so my morning routine is I typically get up and I start with 50 grams of protein with two scoops of a protein shake. I do my
Oh wow, okay.
yeah, like I start off heavy. Like I realize that if I get a dump of protein first thing in the morning, then it won't be very long after that. Like I would get hungry if I miss that morning protein for whatever reason. So I
Yeah.
2 scoops of protein. I take my electrolytes. I started doing black coffee, even though I absolutely hate coffee. Like it is disgusting. I hate
Really?
it. Oh, I hate coffee so much. But
Really?
I
Oh my god, I
do.
love it.
I I could put monk fruit in it and a little honey in it, and I can stomach it. I can
You
actually
just don't like coffee at all? Not
uh-uh.
even like a cappuccino?
Oh,
Oh, really?
it's so bitter. And I know somebody's going to be in the comment section to say, "Well, you haven't had good coffee." There's a guy in the chat right now. I know he's here. His name is Noah, and he's gave me the best coffee the earth can buy, and I absolutely hated it. And he's a coffee snob, and I just don't like coffee. But I could do it with a little monk fruit and a little honey. And then primarily, I don't do chicken breast. I do chicken thighs. I just
Okay.
don't like chicken breast. It's gross to me. Just so
Oh, really?
so dry and just so hopeless, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
then, I normally do 4 chicken thighs with skin on. I don't take the skin off. I actually leave it on.
Okay.
And then depending on the day, I may either have avocado. I sometimes have rice. I seem to get really tired even if I eat like a quarter cup of rice or something. I get really tired afterwards. I don't know why. So I just kind of steer away from rice. And then I don't know. Sometimes I'll throw egg whites for my dinners. Sometimes I don't know. Just something with high protein in it. And
I'll
then
tell you a good.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
you go.
And then on my days that I
No.
work out, I eat half a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, peanut butter and jelly.
I know.
Here's my coffee. It's like when I went to America and I heard about peanut butter ice cream, I literally just about dry vomited in my mouth. I was like, who in this planet would have peanut butter and ice cream? And every time a Kiwi would come over to visit me, I'd tell them and they'd have the same reaction, yo, that sounds disgusting. But I had a protein. I've been on a high protein diet this week because it's for my latest video.
Okay.
Bit of a teaser.
Ooh.
But um, it slammed me for the high protein breakfast. And I actually kind of do tend to agree with you. It said have a low carb wrap and then have 3 scrambled eggs and 150 grams of cottage cheese with some spinach. And it was just like, and then like a protein shake. And that was like a protein. I think I had like 80 grams of protein and it was for breakfast. It was crazy. It's good though. It definitely filled me up.
Oh yeah, if protein fills you up, that's for sure. So to
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
to answer your question, my my brother owns a coffee company. This isn't a paid promotion, just so everybody knows. I'm just saying, he owns a coffee company that helps like autistic people. He donates a little bit and he helps out that because my little brother has autism. My brother who's my age because he's my stepbrother has high functioning autism, and then I have several people in my family. So to answer that, but I was told I need to ask you about your international meals.
Uh, because I get ChatGPT to obviously come up with my shopping list
Okay.
a lot because it'll come up with my shopping list of my meals for the week. I mean, that's one of the things I don't have to think. I think one of the things that ChatGPT helps with too is decision fatigue. So rather than thinking to myself, what am I going to eat this week? Am I on the right track? Am I on the right diet? Am I eating the right foods? I just say, okay, I'm time for my shopping list. And then it'll be like, okay, you got 2,000 calories, 200 grams of protein. Here's your shopping list for the week. I give it the countdown. This is the supermarket I go to. It's called Countdown online. So it actually tells me everything that's on the supermarket. Like it'll be like, right, get these, they're in season, blah, blah, blah. And so then I just started experimenting and I came up with a spinning wheel and it would pick a cuisine, so like Indian or Mexican or French, and then it would just make me eat those meals for the week. And it's like I've learned heaps. I went on a Mexican week and then I did an Indian week, and I still use those recipes to this day. Like I still use those spice combinations to this day. And the Mexican week made me fall in love with jalapenos, and I used to hate them, and now I'm addicted to them. So yeah, so it's been good. So that's my international meals. I just kind of like it's probably pseudo Mexican because it's good.
Yeah, Mexican food is a little different across the U.S. I'll say that.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
not to be mean to anyone from Texas, but Texas Hispanic food and California Hispanic food are not the same thing.
I can imagine. I mean, which was I know. Well, I was in the northeast of the states when I lived there for a year, and I imagine theirs was pretty Tex-Mex. But it's like, wouldn't Texas be more authentic than
No,
California, or is it the other?
no, Tex-Mex. It's all
Okay.
Tex-Mex in Texas. Like
So like sour cream cheese and yeah.
it like the beans come out of a can. Like
Okay.
I can't, I
Yeah.
can't, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I love all my Texans, but I just I can't do it. I just can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I guess
California.
like
Go ahead.
when I was in when I was in the Northeast, which isn't probably big on like Mexican, well, not as big as California or Texas, but they I think probably because they had less of that influence, but what they did have was quite high quality. Because I remember I went to a Mexican restaurant, it was like really good. It was like really like, and it seemed like pretty authentic to me.
Right.
They had like this chocolate sauce as well, but like for like savory, which I thought
So
was quite interesting.
I'll give you a little advice here in the food industry in California when it comes to Hispanic food. Go to a taco truck, and the less they speak English, I don't mean this in a negative way, this is the truth. The less they speak English, go buy yourself a super burrito from a taco truck. Best meal you ever had in your life.
So just keep walking by and go, hi, hi, and when no one replies to you, like, oh, get that, thanks.
I literally have the phone number of my taco truck lady, and every once in a great while, I'll text her and say, "Hey, can you make me a few, package it up with some ice in it, and ship it to
Oh,
me?"
really? Nice.
Yes, it's that good.
The problem with me is no one understands my accent, so I'll be like, I'll think they don't speak English, but they probably do.
Yeah. So, well, um, so how do people get a hold of like your AI, right? Like how do they go about like if they actually wanted to explore that and use it for themselves? Because it sounds like an amazing tool.
Yeah, it's just ChatGPT basically. That's what I'm using. But also I've made a website called mylifeby.ai, and I've connected it to ChatGPT. So I'm trying to bring things in that I feel like ChatGPT can't do, and then it's going to try to manage it. So one of the things that I think is really helpful is to write like a manifesto, which is like everything that you're unhappy about in your life. So it might not just be diet or
Mm.
exercise. It could be like finances, relationships, work, a number of things. Like it could be, it's specific to you, right? Like what's you're really unhappy with. But a lot of people struggle to write it. So what I'm working on right now is I'm writing the program so that it will use ChatGPT to basically help you write your manifesto.
Oh,
So
that's amazing.
it'll just ask you questions and then you'll write. So it'll maybe ask something about like your fitness levels, and you might write something, and then based on what you've written, it'll ask you more questions around it, like, oh, so what do you mean by this? Oh, how many times do you walk, blah blah blah, and it'll sort of expand it out, and then it'll rewrite it for you down the bottom. So it just starts writing your
Oh,
manifesto in front of you, and yeah,
that's
and then
so
it's been
amazing.
told to grade it out of 10. So when it thinks it's like a really good manifesto, then it will pass it, and then you can move to the next section.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do right now.
So speaking of fitness level, what is your like day-to-day exercise? Are you exercising, lifting weights, or is it just walking, cardio? Like what is your primary source of exercise?
Need to start lifting weights again. I'm telling you, when I lift weights, I don't get injuries nearly as much as when I'm not lifting weights. Um, but yeah, I'd say I'm walking every day. I walk about 5 kilometers every day, which is what's five
I
kilometers
have
in
no
miles?
idea. I need to get a converter over here.
It's 3 miles, just over.
Okay, all right.
So um, I walk 3 miles every day, and then I do a long walk because I'm going to do a half marathon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just building up to that, and then I need to start getting back to the gym again. But I've just been kind of focused on the walk. Like I'm going for a walk in like an hour or so. Yeah, so I'm just sort of focused on doing that at the moment. But yeah, I do find like sometimes if I have, do you ever notice this? Sometimes you'll be like really sore, or you'll have like a sore back, or like you have sore hips, or whatever it is, and then you go to the gym, and then you just feel just
Amazing.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like cures it.
So
Well, it doesn't cure it. It's like you get a 2 day buffer of no pain when I go into the gym.
I also noticed that if I go and I lift weights, I lose weight, way more weight that week. Like by
Oh, really?
far. Oh yeah, like by far. So when I started, that's the other thing. So my channel started at 320 pounds, but my journey actually started at 343 pounds. So
Yeah.
I was actually a little heavier before I started my channel. Actually, that's why I quit Diet Coke and stuff like that. But
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I lost the bulk of that weight, like pretty much just exercising. Like I got a personal trainer and I was exercising 4 days a week, just lifting weights. And I mean, the weight just fell off. In fact, the 6 week plateau I just broke through because I'm officially now under 300 pounds. I think
Yeah,
this
you're
morning,
barely party together. You're
yeah,
both under 300. I
yeah,
think you did it at the same time as well.
yeah. I'm 293 pounds as of this morning.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
But I think that 6 weeks that I plateaued, I wasn't really, I mean, I was going like 1 day a week, maybe twice a day a week, and I wasn't really pushing lifting weights.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what it is for me, but working out just makes the kitchen so much easier because I'm like, oh, I just spent an
Well,
hour. Go ahead.
we were talking about this last time, which is probably worth when we just talked, like not on a stream, obviously, but when we were talking about what was the question? How food diet is obviously really important to lose weight, but how weights is underrated. God, say that quickly. Weight is
Yeah.
underrated. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's underrated because I feel like it releases all those happy hormones into your body, feel good
Yes.
hormones. Your body kind of repairs itself. It also stops you from losing muscle, and your
Yes.
body would predominantly focus on fat. But I do agree with you that, and you talked about that in your last video, and I do agree with that. I think that it's not really like obviously you need to eat less calories. That's always going to be true. It's just absolutely basic, fundamental truth that has to happen. But it's like, how do you eat low calories? What
Yeah.
maintains you being able to eat low calories? And that's probably more going to the gym and exercising than it is the diet, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, eating protein, whole carbs, like that helps. But it's like I feel like this is what some guy said in the book. When someone says, "Oh, if you want to lose weight, you just got to eat low calories," is the equivalent of me saying to you, us standing in a room, and then me turning around to you and saying, "Why is there 15 people in this room?" And you saying, "Because more people came in than left."
Yeah.
It's like has to be true, but it doesn't tell you why there's people in the room. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. It doesn't give you the
So
full
yeah,
picture. Yeah. How I say it
yeah,
is the war is won in the kitchen, which is true.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
don't think that's the whole picture because
No,
the whole picture is the only reason you're going to win the war in the kitchen is if you feel good. And as you said, I work out, my back doesn't hurt. I work out, my
yeah,
knees
yeah,
don't.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my knees don't hurt. My arms don't hurt. Like I have a shoulder injury and it's super bad, and it was horrible for a year. When I started working out, it got better. Like
Yeah.
significantly better. And so like
Yeah,
that makes you feel
the
good.
question, yeah, the question isn't should you eat low calories? That just
Yeah.
has to be true. Like biologically, you will never lose weight if you don't. But it's more how do you stick to those low calories, and that's where I feel like the exercise really comes in. Because the other thing too is if I go for a 5K walk, like the chances of me overeating are like, because I've already invested in the day. Like I've invested my energy into the day. I don't want to go and ruin it by then eating later, right?
Yeah.
And also just by going and doing the gym or doing a walk, your buffer is if you do fall off, well, you've already done a 5K walk, so you've probably burned off a good chunk of calories anyway, you know? So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is that it does, I eat better. Someone just
Do you?
asked, go ahead. Somebody just asked though, how do you not get hungry from eating a low calorie diet? And the secret is, we said this a little bit ago, is it's protein. Like buying, like just
Yeah,
high protein. We're both actually doing the same thing. In fact, we didn't know this until just a little bit ago. We're eating 150 to 200 grams of protein a day, and that
yeah.
instantly went away. It was amazing. So sorry.
Watch my next video. Watch my next video.
Okay.
I literally am talking about this in my next video, so I don't want to pump the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
video, but
yeah. Well,
yeah. But
on your last video when you climbed under that desk and you started talking about how hard it was to get under there not that long ago, like, dude, I felt you right there. I was like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
ooh.
You ever seen things like to me too, where I've been like, I understand, I fully understand,
I
but
used
it's
to,
like,
I would
do
get
you
it.
like cardio or exercising more?
Say it
Do you
again.
prefer going to the gym? Do you like cardio? Because I prefer cardio to weights.
So
I'm just wondering what you say on that.
I used to do a lot of cardio when I was younger. In fact, I actually like running. That may sound
Yeah.
weird to people that I'm fat and I
No, no,
like
no.
running, but I
Yeah.
actually enjoy it. But to be honest with you, I actually had a personal trainer. I trained with him for quite a while, and it was just really, really expensive to have somebody standing next to you. So then I kind of just bit the bullet and I said, the whole point of my channel is like I'm supposed to do physical fitness challenges and be uncomfortable, so I need to go to the gym and be uncomfortable. Right. So that's kind of
Yeah.
where
Okay.
this started, right? And so when I started going to the gym and just like I don't know how to use this machine, and I'm sitting there YouTubing how to use this machine. It's
Yeah, yeah,
embarrassing,
yeah.
right? But I started lifting weights, and I tell you, I'd rather lift weights now than do cardio. Because what I
Okay.
do, like I said, I do a lower on Monday, an upper on Tuesday, Wednesday I rest, lower, upper. And on my 2 arm days, my 2 upper days, I do a zone 2 cardio between 30 minutes to an hour, depending how I'm feeling that week. And then Saturdays, I save for like an interval training, and I'm up to like 14 minutes, 12 minutes sometimes, where I go as hard as I can for 15, 20 seconds. And then I rest for a minute and a half and then go as hard as I can. And so I still do some cardio. And ever since I started this, my steps went from like 1,500 steps a day to I'm getting like 800 steps a day, just naturally walking. So I haven't really implemented dedicated walking daily because I'm getting my
I mean,
steps in.
8,000.
Yeah, 8,000. Sorry. Yeah.
800.
Yeah. Not 800. Sorry, 8,000. Yes.
Good. Wow, congratulations. Okay. I'm just so much more like into cardio. I find it so relaxing. Yeah, but yeah, probably need to get to the gym more though. You're making me feel guilty. But the other thing I was just going to touch on though is you're like, oh, I can't afford to have a trainer with me the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT. I just bring my phone. I arrive and I say, at the gym, working on legs, hip sore or feeling a sore shoulder, and then it will kick off. And then it's just like, okay, do some warm ups, go do
Yeah.
these. And then if I want to know what it is, I'm like, what the hell is that? And like crab walks, have you seen them? It's when you put the band on your knees and you spread out like a crab and you walk along, but it's like really good for your hips. And that's what I mean. But it just shows you a YouTube video, so then you go look it up.
Yeah.
And then what I love about it though is adjust on the fly. So I remember I was doing some squats, and then I started getting a really sore knee. So I said to it, "I'm getting a really, really sore knee. Just letting you know on that last set, I got a sore knee. So it's like, okay, we're pivoting. We're going to do leg press because that's going to be less stress on the knees. And so it's like that's what I love about it. And it's not over your shoulder going. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not big on like drill sergeant type trainers. I just chill out. Like I don't have to go to the max if he's, that's what I like about ChatGPT is it understands that. It's like we'll just get you close to the.
So
the max,
in that regard, I'm a little different. I want somebody in my face yelling at me, calling me a little girl, and making fun of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I give in to peer pressure. I won't lie.
Just tell them to. I'll tell them. they'll hear things back at them. I go into fight
Yeah,
response.
yeah. No, to be honest, I mean, maybe I do need to incorporate more cardio into my regular routines. Um,
Your reaching sounds awesome. You've made me. I feel like mine's. So you're doing. You do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday weights, and you
yes,
do cardio on Thursdays and Saturdays.
Tuesdays and Fridays, my arm days.
Okay.
So it's a lower day, upper day plus a cardio, a rest day, lower day, upper day plus a cardio, and then Saturdays I do my interval training.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like that's all right.
yeah. I mean, the interval
The thing is,
trainings.
you need you because you're doing all these challenges. Because your video is about. I liked what you said before when you said really it's about pushing through the fear, and I feel like in the fundamental level underneath your challenge, that's what it's about. So if
Yeah,
you ever stopped doing this challenges, you could move into pushing myself to do things I'm afraid of, right?
yeah,
Like that's you know what I mean. But anyway, and so it's like I liked that. I think that's like a cool kind of like aspect to what you're doing. Yeah, totally lost my train of thought. What I was actually saying there.
the story of my life. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. I
Mm.
mean, I think that's the best description of my channel. Is can a fat guy do this because it's uncomfortable?
Oh, I remember. Sorry, I'm going to
Okay,
interrupt you before I forget again.
go ahead.
Because you're doing all these fitness challenges, like you're rock climbing 1 minute, you're swimming the next, you're rowing on a boat the next, you're climbing a mountain the next. It's like, it's not just like, well, I should improve my cardio because I go for long hikes. You're like, well, that's not true for you. Like you might be rock climbing, you know. So I feel like you need a pretty all-rounded.
Yep.
You need to do a little bit of everything, a little bit of burst speed, a little bit of long distance cardio, a little bit of weightlifting, like so that you can
Yeah. Not to
get better
give
at all
not
those
to
things.
give too much spoilers, but there may be an ice claiming video and a strongman video coming up here soon.
I think you're gonna. Have you done the strongman one yet? Have you filmed it?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, well, my prediction is that you're gonna absolutely destroy the strongman because I feel like as overweight people, surely our forte is like strongman. You know, like I feel like we're all overweight people tend to be pretty strong. I feel like
Yeah.
so.
Just
Yeah.
for everybody in the comment section, you don't see this right off camera. This is my wife sitting right here, and Lisa is the one that's commenting, and I very much want to appreciate her and call her out. She's answering a lot of questions behind the scenes. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, yeah,
You get a lot of questions. It's awesome.
yeah, yeah. I will say I watched I think it was 465 pounds. I want to say he was 465 pounds. I saw him do an 800-pound squat. So you say, oh, you're going to do well in strongman. I say, I'm never doing an 800-pound squat.
No, but I'm just saying, like, of all the things to do, run 20K, say, or
Yeah.
10K, or like, you know, if I was to put a fat person to do something that they were going to excel at, like something that they were going to naturally probably be pretty good at, it would be strong manny because it would be like lifting, carrying something heavy and moving it. Hello, like I've been doing it for 40 years. Don't worry,
I got this. Yeah.
Like when I got my nephew Jack, who's like 65 kilograms, that's like 140 pounds. He's just not big at all.
No.
And he's muscly, he's just got no fat on him. He's like literally
Yeah.
no fat. He's pretty like he's strong, dude. And I so we went for that walk and I put that backpack on him and he just melted with the weight on him. He was just like, this is awful. He's like, I run marathons. I'd rather go do one of them than do this. Like he was because for him he was like he had an interesting take. He was like, when I'm running a marathon, I get to control the pace, the speed, like you know, and he's like, so I can slow down if it's too much or speed up. But he's like, but with this weight on me, it's just oppressive. Like I can't get out of it. It's just there the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
And he was just like just weighing down on me. And I was just like, that's an interesting take. Yeah. So
I feel like that's a good video. I'm just talking about, remind me, fat guy wears a fat suit. Remind me later.
Well, get one of your thin friends to wear a fat suit and then walk next to
No.
them.
Well, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's even better. Oh, wait, we're coming up
Yeah,
video
yeah,
idea right here on, on live stream. That's actually a good. I like. What does it feel to be a 500-pound guy?
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
I mean, I've experienced 343 pounds, but I've never experienced 500 pounds. Like, what
yeah.
would
That'd be
that?
great.
I feel like that would be painful.
Yeah,
Like my heart goes out.
I,
I have some commenters that are in that 450 range, and like I just it's so hard, you know.
mm.
Just oh man, I just I can't imagine. I mean, it's hard enough. You started at 400 pounds, but like people that are 500 pounds, like you at least you were like mobile, right? I mean, some of those guys or girls aren't
I
mobile.
was dangerously. I was far away from being immobile, but on the other hand, like I was definitely showing like there'd be times where me and Jack would go to the shops and I'd get him to run in and get the stuff so I didn't have to go in, or I'd mentally prep in my head if we were going somewhere, how far am I going to have to walk? Even just going in, I remember once we went to there's this new shop in New Zealand called Just Jeans. I'll give you one guess what they sell. And Jack was going in there, and I was thinking, how long am I going to have to stand in that shop for while he gets changed, before I get tired? And I was looking for chairs the second I walked in. I'd go into a supermarket, I'd always bring a trolley, even if I was just picking up an apple so I could lean on it, so it's like things like that. And it's like, and I couldn't walk. I literally, I can walk out my door, walk down across the grass and across the road, and that was my exercise, 300 meters. And when I first started, so I was really like, obviously it would have taken me a lot longer before I just couldn't walk at all, but I couldn't walk far without being out of
Yeah,
breath.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I remember not that maybe a year ago. I went to the supermarket with my wife, and we were walking. I mean, we weren't even there long, maybe 5 minutes. And I looked at my wife and I said, "I got to go to the car. Like, I can't. My back hurts too much.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I just couldn't."
We had very poor experiences.
Yeah, it's eye opening. That's for sure. You know.
I'm gonna, there's my I'll put it into the Discord. I don't know if you can look at it, but that's me. Um, in 2023.
All
Look at my
right,
face.
everybody's gonna see this. Oh,
Yeah, it's fine.
look
Go
at that. Yeah, you have lost so much weight. Wow,
Great.
that is incredible.
I put that up on my community post, and someone left the funniest comment. They said, "When did you get out?" It's a fair call because I definitely look like I belong in the mafia or something.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. It's crazy.
I'm not even getting into cars. Did you ever have that?
Wait, say it
I'd
again.
like
Oh yeah,
problems like being down to get into cars and stuff because my fat would be trying to push me back into the roof.
getting out of the driver's seat. Where you I had to have to swivel both legs out and do like this lean forward and grab it to pull myself up.
And I would when I got in, I don't even remember what I did now, but I would kind of sit in for, I don't know. I'd lean in. I'd have to climb in like I'm about to kiss the person in the front seat. It was awkward sometimes, depending on who was sitting there. And then I'd just kind of swivel myself around into the seat.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't realize, like, I had to go to the like restaurants and be like, I can't have a booth. Like, I would look at the pictures to make sure they had just normal tables because the belly, it is so uncomfortable to watch your belly flap over the table, right? Like they just, and I don't think the world should be accommodating me eating myself silly. No. You know what I mean?
But yeah, it exists. And socks, putting socks on and shoes. I never used to be able to even for this while there. I couldn't tie my own shoelaces. I just kind of tie them on and then put the shoe, slip it on.
So this might ruin some people. But I was so efficient on getting dressed that I would gather everything up while standing and then throw my shoes, my socks, my underwear, and pants on the ground, and I would only bend over once. When I stood up, I was pulling my pants and underwear on at the same time.
And your socks. That was that.
So I'd bend over, put my socks on, pull the underwear on, pull the pants on, put the shoes on, and then I would only stand up once.
That's actually crazy. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's actually quite. That's quite a talent, though. Like if you think about it.
It's just maximizing the laziness because I didn't want to bend
Yeah.
over another time. Same thing as like
I might have.
I would go take a showers, and so I would throw my pants, like I'd pull my pants off, and then I'd pick it up and put it on the counter, so I didn't have to bend over
Yeah.
because it was just too
You
much
might be
effort.
overweight, but got lots of balance.
Yeah,
I think it's funny though. Like you put going. The one domain I'm really good in is, I guess you don't get too much of in Texas, is the ocean. I just float like a corkscrew. Me and Jack have gone swimming, and he's
Yeah.
like, obviously, fit runs marathon stuff. Get us in the water, I'll kick his ass, because it's just like I don't spend any energy. I just float.
Float,
He's
yeah.
constantly
Yeah.
sinking, and he gets cold. Like he'd be die of hypothermia before
yeah.
I even like. He could take off a 5K. It's like, yeah, but I could be in this water for 24 hours. You're gonna be. You can last 10 minutes.
Well, when I did my 1 mile swim challenge, I wore a life jacket only because I float too. I only wore it because I was terrified that if I cramped up, like really cramped up for some reason, like I don't know if you saw the other people in the boats, they couldn't pull me out of that water. Like they would have to drag me to shore. Like they couldn't they couldn't actually,
Yeah.
Oh man.
I had it when you lie. Come and throw some water, a bucket of water on you, and start rolling you into the water.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm a human, leave me alone. So, no, it's. I forget half the stuff that I had to deal with, but I'm glad I don't have to deal with it now.
Yeah, it's weird how fast you forget some of that stuff. Just little stuff.
I'll never forget the pain that I had though when Arthur said to me, "He's my ChatGPT." I don't know if I mentioned that. Said you're going to walk 5K a day, and I was like coming up with every excuse, like, "Oh,
See you
come
later."
on, that's what, but like I'm going to get injured and blah blah blah." And he was like, "A normal human can walk 5K a day. You don't have any significant injuries. You'll be fine." And I was like, and he was like, "And plus, we can pivot if things get too bad." But he's like, "If I was asking you to do 10K, that'd be different, but 5K's." So I was like doing it, and he was hard on me, man. I'd like walk 5K, and then the next day, I'd be like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to do this again. I'm so sore." He's like, "You'll be fine. You've just got to push yourself through it." But then, and for 3 months, to be fair, it was getting better. But I had like sore back and sore hips, and like you watch all my earlier videos, I'm constantly complaining about, "Oh yeah, I've got a really sore back today.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't have to deal with this." And I just thought that was my lot in life. Like I just sort of thought, like, I'm older. This is what happens.
Yeah.
But now when I go for a walk and there's no pain and I'm cruising along, and I just that still hasn't gotten old. Like I still look back and think, man, like how cool is this? Like no pain. I just get up, go out, and go for a walk.
Same thing. If you look back at all my earlier videos, I always complain about my back. My back hurt. My back hurt.
Yes.
My back hurt.
I was like psychic connection with you in that video when you were like, my back is killing me. I'm like, I feel you.
It's horrible. Like. Yeah. When people, because I've had people talk to me about, "Oh, you just got to do this, and this." I don't think people realize the intense pain that you get in, particularly with me with my back. Like I don't think people realize how bad it is. It's terrible. It's painful.
It's
yeah.
And it's suppressive, and it doesn't, and it's not getting better. Like it's just going to get worse with every step. And it's like pulling you down too. It's like you're constantly pulling. Like it's like that's where you have to keep like stretching out with your back. Like, oh, just give me a break, So you push yourself hard though. I feel like I can see why you like going to the gym.
I do
you like these challenges because you'll push it. I'm more sort of take it easy kind of guy. Oh yeah, I mean I walked 5K, but I feel like I walked 5K every day. For me, that was good because it was consistent. But you tried to do a freaking marathon. Do you know what I mean?
So I did. Like, tried. The word was tried.
You did make it quite far, but you should. If, I mean, obviously this is your stream, so I'm assuming everyone's seen the video.
I hope you haven't. Go watch it and don't do it because it was stupid.
He did at 40%. He did the day that was it.
David Goggins, 40% rule where, which I think there's merit in the fact that like I think most people don't push themselves. Just like what was the name of your AI again? What was his name?
Arthur.
Author. So just like Author was like,
Yeah.
dude, you can get up and do this. You have no injury. You could do
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
This is not impossible. And then you like
yeah.
complained. Like, I think to that degree, maybe like people don't push themselves, but like I think if you get out and you really try, and particularly bigger people,
Oh no, 100%.
I mean,
I feel like the gains I make, you make more gains by trying harder. I do agree with that. Like if I whenever I've gone and walked a 10K when I could only walk 7K before, I always suddenly come back during the 5K and feel faster, stronger. Like it definitely does work.
yeah.
So,
Well,
but I like Art because he pushes me, but he doesn't overdo it. Like he'll definitely like if I suddenly get an injury, like I'm starting to limp, or like he'll be like, "Okay, that's it, cut it, like we're stopping."
yeah.
So I feel like he's got my. It's funny, like it's an AI and it's got more of your interests in mind than anyone else. But it's like he'll push me. But I remember when I was past 5K and he was like, "We don't want to push you to like much more," and I was like, "Well, you just pushed me to 5K and I could only walk 300 meters." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, but that's because a human can walk 5K. Like every human can walk 5K, or like without unless they've got prehistory
Yeah.
injuries
There's
or
actually something there. Yeah.
but your average person, which he said, but you don't, so walking 5K shouldn't be hard. But after that, you've got to be more careful because that's when injuries can happen, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do try to listen to them. I mean, it is in my nature to push myself, right? I just kind of always been that way. So I
Yeah.
have to be very cautious of not hurting myself because I like the David Goggins thing. Like that hurt. That hurt. I mean, I was kind of.
I'm not surprised. Did you go to hospital? I don't remember if you ended up in hospital or not, or should we leave it for the video? I know
No.
you were like about to go, but ended up not going because someone came and picked you up,
No,
or
so what happened is at the end of that video, if you haven't watched it, I actually found some people on the side of because I was on the top of a dam and there was just like these sheer rock cliffs. And I have no idea how I walked down that thing, but I walked down and I found father and son fishing and they saved my life. I
did they just see you and they're like, oh,
Yeah. In fact, you could go to the video and you can look at the top, the comment I pinned on top. That's him. That
yeah.
man saved my
Okay.
life. Yeah. And so he drove
I
me
do
back.
remember the video.
Yeah.
I sort of remember you in the car. I just can't remember if you ended up going to the hospital when you got home.
No.
But yeah, that's good then.
I really should have. It was, like I said, I wasn't thinking right, though I thought I was thinking right because I sat in my car. The guy gave me a bunch of water, some electrolytes, and I felt a lot better. I drove around the corner to the store. And the whole time I was on my phone with my wife trying to be safe about it. And then I got a bunch more water, electrolytes. I sat and I cooled down for a while and I thought I felt good. And it wasn't until I got home and I tried to get out of my car and my whole body cramped. Like my ears cramped, my eyebrows cramped, my whole body. And I should have went to the hospital. My wife was encouraged me to do so, and I just didn't listen to her. And the funniest part, and I didn't actually know this at the time. Somehow I took one of my shoes off and threw it in the back seat. I don't remember doing it. So it was all the way around.
You actually lost your memory a little bit.
I have
like there's blacked out.
it
That's crazy.
was the dumbest thing I ever did. And I remember when I passed out. And this is how bad it was. It
was in the middle of the Texas sun too, like summer.
Yes. The GoPro overheated. That's why we don't have the footage. It just overheated. It was too hot. And so,
God, yeah, because you're in the middle of the day in the Texas summer.
Yes. And so I fell down. I know I wasn't out long, right? If you ever passed out before, you kind of have somewhat sense if you were out for a while or not. And I got up and the first thing I did is I started touching my face and I took my shirt off and I started touching my body and I was still actively sweating. So I said it had to be muscle induced, right? Meaning I overworked myself. So I still had water in me, but even though I had ran out of water.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm either calling 911 or I'm going to find another way off. Like somebody has to pick me up. And so at that point, I managed to stand back up and I saw the people down there and I said, okay, I'm going to walk down to those people. I either will make this and this will be great. Or if I don't,
I'll still get them. Either way, they're going to understand you need someone to come pick you up.
Yes. And I I'm telling you, that was the hardest thing I ever did, was walking down the side of that dam.
It annoys me a little bit about this is the problem with what David Goggins promotes, right? Is people
Yeah.
go and do that stuff and they almost end up in hospital. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And so I don't believe in what he says entirely, though I think there's some merit to, like, yeah, you need to push yourself. You need to learn to push yourself. That's the
I feel like I'm getting a little slice into your psychology. It makes sense to me now why you tried it,
yeah.
because you've just said you like to push yourself really hard,
Yeah. Yeah.
and your whole YouTube channel is about pushing yourself
Yeah.
into like situations. So I like that,
Yeah.
but I guess you got to temper it a little bit.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
I'm not that guy at all. I'm from the other end. I'm more like I need to kick up my bum to push myself a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
I like to push myself, but in a very controlled fashion. I mean, I was like I said, I did a PhD in science, so I like it to be measurable, I like it to be controlled. Oh yeah, I've increased like 10% this week. You know, like I like it like that. You know,
No.
but no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. I mean, it's cool that you did it, but yeah, that guy. Like I say, you can't. There's no
No.
end to it. Just carry on. You could,
Yeah.
like that guy. He ran like so much. He was like a fit guy, but he ran like 100K or something insane
but
amount.
he lost like
And then he was
100.
like, maybe that's how. Maybe that's my 100%. Maybe I should start doing it again. Like, it's like, when does it end? You know?
Yeah. Well, he lost 100 pounds in 3 months. Like, I can't be convinced
Wow.
that's healthy. You know what I mean? Like, can you push yourself to these
Wait,
limits?
100 pounds in 3 months.
I think that's what David Goggin lost. He lost 100 pounds in like 3 months. On like
Is that
this.
even possible?
Yeah. I was originally going to do a video on his daily routine, and I actually decided not to do it because I don't want to promote that. Like,
No.
I started doing research on it, and I was like, this is like silly dangerous. Like, I don't know.
That guy.
Yeah.
He's dangerous. He's just like that fitness bro mentality, you know,
Yeah.
and not in a good way.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, there's plenty of fitness bros out there, but they have a lot of sympathy and and they don't do correct. Like, he's just the extreme version.
yeah.
Of that.
And you know what? I'm sure there's somebody out there he's helped, and I'm not going to discredit him for that. But like some of the stuff that he promotes, I personally, as a fat person, can't get behind.
Nah, he'd be intolerable to listen to. Imagine having him as your friend as well. He'd just be so annoying. Like, David, can you just shut up? Like,
Yeah.
you just talk to. You might be big, but if I sit on you, you're gonna feel it. I don't care how
Yeah.
strong you are.
Yep. Well,
Yeah, no.
Dan, we're just a little over an hour here, so I want to wrap things up. And
Yeah, and I'm gonna eat my lunch.
yeah, if you can give one piece of advice, if there's somebody sitting in the audience today that is 400 pounds just like you, and you can give them one piece of advice to do something today that they can do, what would it be?
Oh, I've got like 3 things. Well, just start would be one, but that's the obvious one. 2 things. Log into ChatGPT, create an account, and say, I'm 400 pounds, and then just write a paragraph or 2 about the state of your life and everything that's wrong. Hit it, do what it tells you. And then the second thing is the whole getting back on the horse. Just ingrain it into your head. It's like, failure is life. It's just a part of the story. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not like you stopped your plan because you've overeaten. A part of your plan is overeating. Like, you will overeat. It's called life. Everyone. No person in this world will do a plan and not overeat. So don't see it as failure. Just see it as, oh, well, I overate.
And the proof to proof to that is go to a restaurant. You'll see skinny people there eating the same food as you.
But the thing too is, it's like you like overeat. Yeah, I don't know. I can't sort of think of how to explain it. It's just like a part of life.
Yeah.
It's like everyone will do it at some point, and it's just what it is. It's just bake it into your system. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. If you're sitting here today and watching this video, like, just start. Like, look, you don't have to do everything I'm doing. You don't have to do everything Dan's doing. In fact, you don't even have to be perfect. My advice would be, like, just get off the couch while you're watching this video and just start walking in place. Like, you could do that. And there's a safety couch right there if you need to sit down, right? I mean, you could do something.
Down on the couch, pick up your phone and talk to ChatGPT, and it'll get you off the couch.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. I won't lie. I have used it a few times, just like really depressed, and was like, hey, like,
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
I feel really down about this situation.
The more it knows you. The
Yeah.
more it knows you, the better the advice it can give
Yeah.
you. But
Yep.
yeah, no, that's cool. And so
Yeah.
we're going to have we as in the collective, basically I am going to have you on my stream in
Yes.
like a week or two.
Yep.
I'll put it'll be advertised well in advance, but yeah, we'll get you on and ask lots of questions and
Yeah.
stuff.
Super excited for it.
Yeah, no, it'll be cool. Well, thanks for having me on as
Yeah,
well. It's been fun.
absolutely. Absolutely. And if you want to check out his channel, it's in the description. Also, I will update the description and I'll put a link to your website. People could sign up through the website for your AI that you're training, correct?
The landing page is free, so it's just mylifeby.ai. Yeah,
Okay. Yep. I'll put
yeah.
that up. Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, Dan, I very much appreciate it. Keep tracking on, and whether you know it or not, I'm still watching your videos. It's so cool that we got to connect and experience this live stream together.
Kindred spirits for sure.
Alrighty, Dan.
All right.
You have a good one, and everybody else, keep trucking, stand up, and do something today.
All right. I'll see you later.